Good afternoon. Afternoon, everybody. Making sure I'm coming through okay, am I? There might be a little bit of an echo to start with. Let me know if that echo continues. Who's in the room today? Alan, hope you're doing well. Summer, Darren, Ram, Kat, hope you all had a good weekend. Apologies for the mess beside. I was doing a little spring clean on the office. You can see there. I was showing some of the members this morning that this is my prized possession. Can everybody hear me, by the way? I'm coming through okay? Yeah? So this is a Ronaldo. If anybody are football fans here or soccer fans, this is a Brazilian Ronaldo signed football from 2002. So the 2002 World Cup ball signed by Brazilian Ronaldo. Brazil won the World Cup that year, and Ronaldo was the top scorer. So I don't know how much it would be worth, but it's kind of like a little bit of memorabilia, I think. I think it'll be worth quite a lot. You know, original ball. You can't get this anymore. Signed in 2002 when Ronaldo was like amazing. So I'm trying to find a proper place to kind of hang it on the wall. Anyway, hope everyone had a good weekend. Let's get into the market, shall we? If you want me to look at anything, let me know. My watch list is pretty small today. If you look at it here, these are the only things that I'm looking at on the day ahead. It is a Monday. Mondays are usually quiet, not many fundamental drivers. We did have NFP on Friday coming out a little bit worse than expected, as we know. The unemployment numbers coming in a little bit better. But for me, as a technical analyst, all I care about is the markets. Fat Ronaldo, yeah. I think he plays games now. I'm pretty sure he's a gamer now. I'm sure I said something online that he plays like Warzone. Fat Ronaldo, yeah. What an unbelievable player, by the way, in his prime. And he was in his prime then. He was in his prime. What was I saying? I forgot what I was saying. Waiting for the market's reaction to the news rather than the news itself. So SPX today to get our risk sentiment. I think we're kind of in this rangy environment here between support and resistance. Now, you would have expected this. So this last bit of price action here on Friday, bearish bar on volume, followed by this quite significant bearish bar. You'd expect this to push through and create that, essentially, Dow theory, continuing with that intraday lowering trend. But we've not got that, and we're getting a little bit of some bullish pressure here. So you would expect, like the last two times, corrective, impulse, corrective, you'd have thought this would move down. But there is some bullish momentum here. So I've gone kind of as a neutral stance. I'm not going to predict whether this comes back up, whether this goes back down. The bias still has to be to the downside. Okay, but within this trend, if you notice from here, we've kept respecting this 20 period. Okay, now if we get a bullish close here, it might look okay for the markets to move. Now remember, markets don't have to go down forever. Everything is kind of priced in now. Omicron, the news coming out about Omicron was as we thought. It ain't as severe as what people think. The other issue coming in right now is obviously the US monetary policy outlook, which ain't great. So I still have a bias that this stock market wants to move to the downside. But the stocks have been resilient this year. And I will continue to go risk off / neutral until we break one of these areas. And until then, I think we're in a rangy environment. Remember, we're getting to the 6th of December. Sometimes December are a little bit quiet. People start to go on holiday. Personally, I'm going to go on holiday around the 20th of December. Haven't actually had a holiday for 2 years, would you believe? or like a proper away from the charts for about 2 years now. So I think I need that in December. But yeah, until we break this range, I would consider the risk sentiment to be neutral. We might get some of that volatility, lack of follow through while we're in this kind of risk sentiment. Hey Syed, how you doing, mate? Ian, how you are? Hope you are well. Hope you had a good weekend. I had a lovely weekend out in the beach, not trading NFP. Okay, dollar. Dollar is interesting. I think my bias for dollar is dollar longs. You know, the only issue I have with this is the daily chart. You know, we're looking for some real bullish momentum. We didn't actually get that properly on NFP day. So although this is still my bias, Okay, a larger, deeper corrective, then continuation of the trend. I am a dollar bull, and I will continue to be. That has to be your bias. Whether we get that now, I think will be determined on how this price action goes early on in the week. You know, you're getting some indication here on the smaller time frames that maybe this wants to push. Until this breaks above the highs, that confirmation for me isn't there. But it's a slight context, or a decent context here, to say, okay, from this impulse, this corrective, and now we're going to continue back to the upside. You know, notice you can look at a head and shoulders here. You can look at your potential cut with handle, squeezing into that area. If you get a break, I don't care about this news volatility here. If you get a break above this area, I guess around the 96.46 area, something roughly around that area, a break and close above, this might not look too bad for movement to the upside, but just watch for that potential complex corrective. Okay, sometimes when you see this type of price action and this type of price action here where there isn't that bullish momentum, fair enough, it's respecting that 20, it's still on an uptrend, we know that, but there's no real impetus there. So that's why my bias may be this. But let's see how this acts first couple of days of the week to see whether that plays out or not. But I still essentially am a dollar bull. I think dollar still will end up being strong, and buying any dollar pullbacks or potential breaks of that level still makes sense for me. Okay, right. Watch this today. The main one that I like today is this euro yen. I like the idea of buying these risk-off currencies. I like the idea of buying the yen, certainly this week and possibly going into this month as well. You know, considering what's happening fundamentally, but irrespective of that, I like this setup here. So we look at this V reversal. Within this V reversal, we've got our A, B, C. Okay, a decent bearish bar here, a very nice bearish bar here coming on high volume. And now what I'm looking for and what we seem to be getting is our accumulation. Okay, so, and I like this a little bit better. The reason is because right now, if I have to take a break of this area, I'm not worried about this slight fake out to the downside. If I take a break of this area, my stop loss has to be up here, i.e. the previous anchor. But now, if we can get some sort of rejection from this particular bar, which hasn't closed yet, creating that new anchor, and our anchor, we would need 2 bars here either side. So we'd have 1, 2, 1, 2. So this only works if market then comes down here for the next 8 hours after this close. Then that would, for me, would be perfect for a breakout to the downside. Okay, the daily confluence is good. I know sometimes I say I don't want to be buying at the bottom, but if we compare this chart, for me, looking like a pretty healthy downward movement, a pretty healthy trend, right? A little bit of a pullback here, and we're continuing. A little bit of rangy action, as we can see on that 4 hour. It's pretty healthy, broken through structure here. This looks good. Now, the difference between this and, let's say, Euro NZD, okay, notice the difference in these daily charts. So I wouldn't be buying on this little bit more climactic move compared to that Euro Yen here, because I don't think this sustains. But if we look at Euro Yen and we compare this to, let's say, the Euro Swiss, okay, the Euro Swiss here, look at that. You know, it's healthy movements. And that is an absolute trend trader's paradise. Look at that trend. Beautiful. Just movement, respecting roughly that 20, just coming down in a nice orderly fashion. So that's what's kind of similar to Euro Yen as Euro Swiss. And again, I like the idea of buying the yen this week. As long as I get that, and you're kind of getting a slight rejection here on the smaller time frames, as long as I get that anchor, I'll place that order today. You know, I'll place it today very happily for movement to the downside. I don't like the idea of buying the euro. I'll go with that trend. The trend is my friend. I'll be very happy with that. Hey, Jan. Hope you're well, mate. So Euro Yen is certainly my favorite for the day. I do have Euro USD as well, but this is going to take a little bit more time to develop. Now, the only time I take this off is if we break underneath this wick on the Euro USD. This is not an aggressive entry, by the way, even though it's coming on high volume. Within our aggressive entries, I want to see some confluence with my higher time frame, And right now, you're not getting it. So with Bitcoin, although that was a losing trade, you had that higher time frame confluence with that loss of momentum, potential movement to the upside. With this, you haven't. So I wouldn't take this as an aggressive entry. But we have our context here, which still looks okay. It just needs to move up now for potentially a breakout to the upside. But I'm not going to touch too much on that right now because it's still got a little bit to go before it sets up. Final one today, USD CAD will probably be a quicker stream, but that's okay. If you can like the stream, guys, it would help me out. I'm still trying to get to that 1,000 subs by Christmas. I don't think I'm going to get there, unfortunately. But if you like the stream, I'll stop bugging you after I hit that 1,000 subscribers. It'd be much appreciated. Anyway, USD CAD as well, it kind of seems like this is falling off a little bit. It could still potentially be there on this V reversal, potential ABC corrective, push on retest to go to the upside, i.e. going with that longer term uptrend. But we could indeed get a reaction here. CAD has some decent data out on Friday. I don't think that is going to come to fruition, to be honest with you, on USD CAD, but let's see. Let's see. And that's about it, folks. You know, that's all she wrote for today. It's going to be probably my shortest stream I've ever done. If you guys want me to look at anything now. Let me know in the chat now. But if there ain't nothing there, guys, unfortunately, I'm not going to waste people's time. Monday is a day that sometimes can burn you. You know, and if you end up trading or over trading on a Monday because you're excited to get into the markets, it burnt me a lot of times, let me tell you that. So sometimes even taking a 3-day weekend and trading that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday may even be better. But yeah, for me, EURUJPY certainly looks quite good. NZD, oh, the $50 challenge. Sorry, Kat, I forgot about that. Oh yeah, $50 challenge. Sorry, guys. I'll do NZD/JPY, Darren, after this. So the $50 challenge this week will be in GJ. So GBPJPY. Nice reminder, Kat. I completely forgot about that. What is the date today? The 6th of December. 6/12/21. Okay, let's have a look at GJ. I mean, right off the bat, Darren, I'd say, yeah, I like the idea. But I'll go into the chart in a second. I like the idea of buying the yen right now. So GJ, it's at a significant zone. Right, it's at a significant zone. We have had a reaction here quite a few times in the past. Right, markets have a memory. Markets are made up of people. They'll remember what happened at this level in the past. So we could possibly get a reaction here as well. 4-hour chart. The issue with this to the downside is this a possible loss of momentum here for a bit of a harder reset and then continuation? You know, so we've got our impulse, and I don't massively like this price action. I don't massively like it. I'm waiting for this market to tell me it wants to continue to fall. But because of where we are on the higher time frames, it may be in line for a little bit more of a corrective before it continues down. Pound is actually quite strong this morning. So my prediction with GJ, and again, this is just a bit of fun. I don't know exactly what's going to happen, but if we say today's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, I'm going to say we're going to have a pullback week, and I'm going to put somewhere around here, 151.03. So that's what I'm going to say for GJ. Everybody watching, put your entries in for what you think the price will be on Friday. If you're watching this on catch-up, put it in the comments down below. Remember to get it in on Monday, or else it ain't fair to anybody else. I think we've only got 2 more of these left before Christmas time. 2 more Monday buck competitions before I go on holiday. But yeah, GJ could get a reaction, but bias has to be to the downside. It may just need a pullback. Okay, Darren, NZD/JPY. You could be on smaller time frames. That could be not bad, you know. The tag the level. It's not actually tagged that level there, so it's not a breakout retest. This is nice though. That's nice. Look at that context. Squeeze into the level. Really nice. And a good break. I mean, right now, you could be getting, albeit sometimes you like it to retest that area, it doesn't mean that has to happen. You know, if you get a rejection, what's the time here? 1 hour. On this hourly closure, it could indicate that this wants to fall. You know, that could be your catalyst. Again, coming on higher, potentially coming on higher volume, that this wants to move to the downside. You know, maybe it's A, B, C. Continuation. No, that's not bad, Darren. It's not bad. You're going with that trend. Fair enough, it has moved a little bit. We put our support zone here. I mean, it's the same with a few of these things. I guess you guys understand that. There's going to be pros and cons of every trade. There's going to be different ways to look at every trade. But I like the idea of buying the yen this week. I know you could get a reaction. That's going to be the negative of taking this New Zealand yen to the downside, is you could get a reaction off the support zone. But these areas are not insurmountable. They're broken time and time again. We saw that with Euro-Swiss. You know, the Euro-Swiss trade I had. You know, a lot of people are saying, well, this is a massive level to get through. I think it was down here. There's a massive level to get through on the weekly chart, but, you know, we didn't indeed get through that, and we moved down to the downside. So, yeah, I mean, I like New Zealand yen to the downside, I have to say. Watch for that hourly closure, and as that, I mean, if you're a pullback trader, it may not be a bad indication that that wants to fall, but give yourself a little bit of room. You know, I wouldn't be selling the candle. You know, your stops up there. I'm not telling you to take this trade. Remember, take trades that fit your strategy. I'm just saying that this could potentially be pull back over from this breakout for continuation, as long as you get that catalyst. So you got to wait 43 minutes for that hammer, making sure it's coming on a little bit of volume to go to the downside, I would say. In my humble opinion, Darren. Okay, I've got your entries in, guys. I appreciate that. If you can like the stream, that would be great. But yeah, I ain't going to talk about much else, guys. Let me know now if you want me to look at anything else. But it's a boring ass day, right? It is a boring ass Monday, a stereotypical Monday for me. I'll just be watching that Euro yen. No worries, mate. No worries. No, that's it. All right, guys. Have a great Monday, and I'll see you back on Wednesday. Hopefully there's more happening. Hopefully there's more happening. Trade safe, guys. Peace.